if you can't talk to people, you're kind of fucked. Like, let's just be real. If you have autism or ADHD, you might have struggled in social situations. And obviously, like with our generation specifically, the phones and social media made everything 10 times worse. I believe if we were raised in any other era of human history, we would have been forced to talk to and rely on people and ask for help and make friends. We would have had to do that stuff eventually. But these days, you can damn near go your entire life. You can go your entire week without interacting with anyone. On top of this, now we're operating in this parasocial paradigm because of social media. Like, everyone's a mini celebrity and has like an online presence, a personal brand. And in a lot of ways, I feel like we have way too much information going into social interactions than you normally would. And they're making an effort to be your friend just by engaging with your content online, which really isn't making a connection with anyone at all. Like, that's just not how it works. But it's really just like a mental masturbation exercise, because at the end of the day, you are not talking to these people. You're not putting in an effort to get to know them, to reach out to them. You're not making plans to see them. It's really weird. Like, it's just weird. And as a generation, we have to check ourselves on that. That's how a lot of my relationships and friendships operate. We just, once we stopped seeing each other in real life, college, high school, whatever, we just stopped reaching out. And if we don't see each other posting on social media, we just forget that the other person exists. I'm gonna be honest, I need to do better. We collectively need to do better. Pretty much as soon as I got my phone in middle school, it became like a tool for avoiding social situations. I already found socializing hard. I couldn't make eye contact with other people. I overshared, or I didn't share enough. I missed social cues. I didn't know how to like show interest or like ask questions. And when I was really young, I used to get in trouble because when people would talk to me, I would just like stare at them and not say anything back. Well, my parents, like, obviously they never thought anything about autism until later on in life. The other day I was complaining to my mom about how weird Gen Z is, and she is always quick to humble me and give me a look that says, girl, that's literally how you used to be. Like, why are you judging them? Like, that sounds like you're talking about your old self. And then she asked me, like, well, what helped me get over my social anxiety? And I love when that happens, because it's like, damn, like, I didn't even realize that I had. Like, I didn't even notice that I didn't feel that tension anymore when talking to strangers, when I used to just avoid it altogether. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I always do it. You don't have to talk to everybody, but it's good to know how to do it when you need to know how to do it, or when it would be appropriate to do it. If it's awkward, you're standing with somebody in the elevator, or you have to sit next to somebody on the bus or the train, like, it's good to know how to talk to people. And yes, you can put your headphones in and like stare at your phone, but like, it's starting to become a crutch and it's obvious. And just be honest with yourself. I'm not saying you have to talk to other people because the other person feels awkward. No, I'm saying talk to the other person because you feel awkward, and you need to practice learning how to talk to people, because if you don't have this life skill of knowing how to talk to people, things just get harder. Now I'm the kind of person where I like to openly invite challenge. I don't like there being things that I can't do or don't know how to do. If you clicked on this video, you're probably like me in that way. So let's talk about how I overcame social anxiety and some ideas for how you might be able to as well. What really helped me the most when it comes to social anxiety, it's really just about perspective, like getting the proper perspective of what social interaction is, what it means, what you're portraying to the other person when you're doing it or not versus not doing it. It's really just about taking control of a situation where there are unknowns. Not only are you signaling to another person that you're like, I have the example of like, you see another person and they smile at you. Socially, it's a signal of like, I'm not a threat, right? And so when you strike up a conversation with somebody, when you say, hey, how are you? Oh, I like your shirt, or I like your jewelry, whatever, you're signaling to that person that you're not too proud, that you're not too good for everything, that you're high and above it all, and like, you don't need to be bothered with this shit. Like, no, you're being human, you're being honest, you're being yourself. You're striking, my dad calls it striking first, where you're taking control of a narrative that could be easily misconstrued. When someone sees a beautiful woman and then she's like not talking, it's giving stuck up. Okay, I'm not here to go into like gender politics and feminism and all that, but like, it's giving that. Unfortunately, that's what it's giving to most people, other women included. So when you don't talk, it opens up the opportunity for people to fill in the blanks and to make an assumption about you. And no, you shouldn't be always trying to control people's perceptions of you or try to like stop people from misjudging you. I'm just saying that it does help. When you know how to talk, it just helps, because people, when I was in high school and I didn't talk to people, I didn't make eye contact, people thought I was mean. And yes, I went to an all-white high school and they were all probably just projecting their racist stereotypes onto me. But I realized that people would tell me, like other black girls would tell me, like, I thought you didn't like me because you just didn't talk. I do think it is a social skill. It is a strategy that you can employ when the need arises. Yeah, so tip number one is obviously you want to spend time with people that are younger than you or more clueless than you, because when I worked in a high school, it helped me so much. I realized how far I had come from when I was in high school, when I couldn't make eye contact with people, I couldn't talk to people, and I realized that these kids are fucking clueless, bro. They're not judging me. They don't even know who they are yet. Like, I at least know what I'm doing with my life. I at least have a college degree. It just helps you to get the right perspective of who you are, what your worth is, and it helps you, feel more confident about trying to strike up a conversation with someone, because the stakes are very low. Tip number 2 is to spend time with people that are older than you. So especially people that grew up before social media, internet, like, watch those people talk in action. Watch how they, like, millennials or like Gen Xers, there's just no crippling fear. Like, some people are introverted, boomers or Gen Xers or millennials. Just being around them, like, not only can you just ask them, how do you talk to people? What do you say first? Or like whatever, just be genuinely honest about where you are in that process. But also, if you have friends that are older, just learn from being around them or just being in proximity with them. You will start to become more like them, and you will start to think like them, and you can solve a problem if you get around the right people. Use that imagination and write 20 questions, something interesting, something open-ended that you can ask a stranger. When you're going to social events, networking events, a party, imagine that just some cool person there that's got a cool outfit or cool hair, whatever. Did you make your jewelry? How do you get your hair to look like that? Like, whatever. Be creative. Maybe it doesn't have to be appearance-based. Maybe it could be like, how are you? How'd you find out about this event? Or, if it's a theme to the event, or if it's someone you know's party, you could say, how do you know the host? There are these question starters. You just have to have filed away in the back of your mind so that whenever you're in a situation, you could pick out, okay, what's appropriate to ask this person. But don't be the kind of person that's like, oh, have a good day, or like, have a good drive, and you say you too, and like, don't be that person that's just on autopilot trying to survive interactions. Use your creativity, use your imagination to find interesting ways to connect. And especially for me, when I found people on Bumble gives you a whole long profile of things that you can ask that person when you meet up with them IRL. So ask them, like, okay, how long have you been doing this? Or how long have you been making content? Like, what made you want to do the job that you're doing? Be creative. Tip number 4 is going to ruffle some feathers, but you need to stop dressing to impress. You do not need to be the baddest bitch at the function now. You're a human being. You want to be approachable. You just want people to come up to you, right? Especially if you're introverted and you have a hard time approaching other people first. You need to be comfortable. Like, wear something cozy. Don't be trying to look like a masterpiece on these apps too, because the people that look human posting meme type pictures, or like they have like food on their face, or they're like hanging out with their friends goofing off. Like, don't they seem like a fun friend? Like, don't you want someone that's more down to earth than somebody that's like posing for Instagram photos, posing for selfies, got a full beat of makeup on? Like, don't you feel like you connect with someone more when you can relate to them more? You want to put off a relatable, quirky vibe. And it's the truth. I have tested this out. I went to a concert one time and I was like kind of insecure because I didn't dress up, but I was going alone, right? And I met 2 guys there and we hung out like the whole night and they were chill. I have been that girl that was trying to be like the baddest bitch at the function, and it's lonely as fuck. Nobody's approaching you because you're just putting off this needy, desperate vibe, like you need attention. Like, now, if you're an engaging person, you're comfortable in that getup, and you will still talk to people or strike up conversations on your own, that's great. But I know too many introverted girls that feel way too comfortable dressing up, but not like actually like showing up emotionally and actually talking to people. It's like they leave their real personality at home and bring this fake Instagram model persona to the function. And I've been that girl, so I'm telling you from experience that people will not come up to you if you look too good, if you make them feel intimidated. It really comes down to like your perfectionist tendencies. Like, real people aren't perfect. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to get attention when what you really want is connection. Tip number 5 is stop going to these events with a getting mindset. Stop thinking about like, what can I get? Can I get followers? Can I get clients? Can I get attention? Can I make a sale? And start asking, what can I give? How can I, at this event, at this party, at this situation, uplift and enrich someone else's experience? Because that mindset will really change your life. And it's like part of Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Stop trying to be interesting and start being interested. Start thinking in terms of the people who are where you used to be. Because people will come up to you. Like, you will be magnetic and you will attract people. Like, you will stand out because you're not like the flashiest, loudest, or like the hottest girl at the party, but you make other people feel seen, and they just genuinely like feel good when they're in your presence, and they will be with you for the right reasons. Tip number 6 is imagine the friend that you're trying to meet. So start visualizing what it would feel like to be with the kind of friend that you're trying to attract. We need to start courting friends the way we court romantic partners. Like, it's not cringe to care. It's fucking cool to care, to ask questions, you know, to genuinely show interest in other people's lives. Can you do that? Can you genuinely see value in other people the way you want other people to see value in you? Can you have a conversation about something that seemingly you're getting nothing out of? In the long haul, it leads to a deep connection with somebody. I've said this before too, but like, if you want a friend, you have to be a friend. It's really that simple. So tip number 7 is really just understanding that it's going to take time. You need to be patient. You're not going to get results the first time or probably even the third time you do this. People are guarded. They're anxious just like you. They've been through shit. They've been hurt. You're not the only one with a trauma backstory. Like, everyone wants to run off the minute things get awkward or when there's a lull in the situation. But you have to stay. You have to learn to sit in the discomfort, in the awkwardness, and just keep showing up again and again. And meditation and mindfulness practices really help me with this, because it's really a form of mental discipline and emotional discipline to keep coming back to something even when there's no like instant high. You really have to hold out for the best things in life. They are worth the wait, okay? Life happens when you're in the present moment, and if you keep dipping out every time things get weird, you're likely never gonna get to the best part.